Did you just buy a home? If so, congratulations. It is so exciting buying your very first home. In this week's video, I am going to share 10 home maintenance tips with you. Thinking back, I kind of wish I had this list when I purchased my first home, but hopefully you will learn from my mistakes. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Corey, your local real estate expert, located right here in beautiful Marlboro Township. On this channel, I like to talk all about relocating into and out of beautiful Monmouth County. So if you're interested in that, you have come to the right place. First off, before I jump right into this home maintenance list, I wanted to take an extra minute to again congratulate you on buying your very first home. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, where you bought a house, or what type of home you bought. I am sure it was super stressful along the way. And now that you've closed, you need to take a minute, celebrate, and be proud of yourself. Great job. When my husband and I bought our first home, we were so crazy excited. We really had no idea just how much we didn't know about owning a home, let alone maintenance and how to keep the house running. Growing up, if something broke, my mom and dad, most likely my dad, fixed it. So I just knew it broke and then magically it was fixed. Let's fast forward quite a few years. I realized there was no magic involved at all. Thank God for YouTube. So today, not only am I going to go over 10 home maintenance tips with you, many of these tips are preventative. So taking a little time out now can help save you a lot of money in the future to ensure that things run smoothly and they don't break. I'll also share with you one extra bonus maintenance tip at the end of this video that I literally just learned about myself from a friend who happens to be a realtor as well. Number 1, check your roof. Here in New Jersey, predominantly we have shingled roofs. We're typically looking to see if there are any missing shingles. If you spot any of these, you're going to want to have a roofer or handyman out to the property to make repairs. This will absolutely help you and prevent from having leaks in the future. I am very hesitant to recommend that you personally get up and walk around on the roof. One, and the obvious reason, it's really dangerous. And 2, you really have to know what it is you're looking for when you're up there walking around on a roof. If you're not going up on the roof, you definitely want to hire a professional, or you can consider flying a drone right over the rooftop to take a quick peek. Tip number 2, clean your gutters. This one also is very important. I know what you're thinking. We barely take the time to look at our gutters. It's almost like out of sight, out of mind. Ideally, you really want to check and clean your gutters a minimum of twice a year. Your gutters play a huge role in diverting water away from your home. If they're not properly cleaned and cared for, this could lead to flooding issues, and we don't want to deal with that, do we? Here in New Jersey, our gutters are constantly getting full of leaves and those annoying little itchy balls. That's what I call them. I don't know, but they're like these little round annoying itchy balls. They're everywhere. Tip number 3, drain your hot water heater. By taking the time to properly maintain your hot water heater, you can actually extend the life of the unit. Sediment can build up in the tank, and by draining it, it can help to flush that sediment out. And that can greatly extend the life of your hot water heater. You really should read the owner's manual to see the recommended amount of times for cleaning, but I think it's fair to say at least once a year would be good enough. Tip number 4, HVAC servicing. Having your heating system, ventilation, and cooling unit serviced is extremely important. That, however, is something my husband and I are not willing to try to tackle on our own, at least not yet. Hire a local company that comes out once or twice a year, have them look it over, check to be sure it's working properly, and let them make any adjustments if anything is not working, loose, or broken. We have our unit serviced at least one time a year. I have been inside a New Jersey home in the middle of the winter when the heat does not work. It is not pleasant. And I've also been in a home in New Jersey in the middle of the summer when the air conditioning doesn't work, and that is a freaking nightmare. So we do whatever we can to ensure that our units are working properly and they're not gonna break and they're gonna leave us either out in the heat or out in the cold. Perfect time to remind you, if you're enjoying this content, you can let me know by giving me a thumbs up. It's the perfect time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I put out new videos every single week and they are fantastic. Tip number 5, clean and change your filters. If you're like me, you may have had no idea that your home came with so many filters. You need to change your filters on your HVAC system, throughout your whole house, the vents, because they collect so much dust. And don't forget about the refrigerator. Did you know you also need to be changing the filter in your dishwasher? That was something I learned when doing the research for this video. When it comes to your HVAC system, I actually learned that it makes more sense to use a cheaper type filter and change it more often. As for the filter, when it comes to your refrigerator, you're going to need to refer to the owner's manual to see the recommended amount of times a year and exactly which filter you need to purchase. When it comes time to changing the filters in your dishwasher, not only do some of the older models not have one, they are nearly impossible to get to. So again, I just recently learned this trick and I tested it out myself and it's fantastic. Every couple of months, if you run your dishwasher without any dishes on it, hit start, wait a few minutes, open the door, pour in a cup of vinegar, just regular white vinegar, close it and let it run. You will be amazed at how it cleans out the entire dishwasher. And you will notice next time you turn your dishwasher on, those streaks that you may see on your glasses or your silverware are gone. Number 6, don't forget to clean your dryer vents. Now this one I actually knew about before we bought our first home. I saw those infomercials where the whole house was on fire because someone simply forgot to clean the dryer vent. Did I clean the dryer vent this month? Depending on how your home is laid out, where your washer and dryer are, and exactly where the dryer vent is, you may be able to clean it out on your own. If you can't reach the outlet or you just don't have the right equipment, I strongly recommend you hire a professional. You do not want to mess around with anything in your home that could potentially lead to a fire. This is a serious safety hazard if ignored. Tip number 7, don't forget to service your smoke alarms and your carbon monoxide detectors. Talk about a safety hazard. You need to remember to check both of these, smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. The U.S. Fire Administration recommends you test your smoke alarms once per month. I know it sounds annoying, but it's really simple. All you have to do is push that little button and be sure the alarm goes off. If it doesn't, you either need to change your batteries, or if you happen to have the alarms that are hardwired to your home, get on that right away. Don't mess around. Call an electrician. Side note, smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors should be replaced at least every 10 years. Tip number 8, service your garage door. If you don't maintain your garage doors, they are going to break at some point in time. Don't ignore any of those weird, creepy noises. If something sounds off, it's probably the early signal that something is not right or is about to break. Tip number 9, test your water pressure. Did you have any idea that water pressure that was too strong could actually break or damage your fixtures? Who knew? You do not want this to happen. Having to replace all your fixtures would get so expensive so quickly. We want to avoid this, and it's an easy thing to do. You can get a water pressure gauge for under $25. Here's something I learned while getting ready to do this video. You ideally want your water pressure somewhere between 40 and 60 PSI. And if you do the test and you realize that your water pressure is either too low or too high, unfortunately, you're going to want to call in a plumber, but you definitely want to address this because it will save you a lot of grief in the future. Tip number 10, prevent bugs and pests. Pests. I'm trying to say pests. Does it sound funny? Some pests are just a nuisance, a total pain in the neck. For example, ants. I cannot stand ants, and we deal with them here in New Jersey. In fact, so much, I will have a video coming out in a few weeks on how you can treat and battle those ants all on your own. I've pretty much mastered it after dealing with this problem for about 5 years. So while ants are really just a nuisance, there are other type of pests like termites or carpenter bees, mice, bats. You can run the gamut here in New Jersey. They can really cause serious damage. Termites are something we definitely need to watch out for here in Monmouth County, New Jersey. So I promised you a bonus tip at the beginning of this video. When I was doing my research to get ready to shoot this video, I came across an article that spoke all about how you should clean your refrigerator coils. Did you even know there were refrigerator coils? In fact, I read that dirt and debris can gather on top of and within the coils, and it could actually cause damage and shorten the life of your refrigerator. Now, where your refrigerator coils are even located, I couldn't tell you. You're going to have to, once again, get out your owner's manual and do a little bit of research. So after I call the HVAC company, guess what I'll be doing the next free weekend I have? I will be dissecting and cleaning my refrigerator coils. So there you have it. 10 items that you want to be sure you consistently check and stay on top of year after year. If you're still looking for some more home maintenance tips, something I highly recommend as a new homeowner, take the time and actually go through your inspection report. That will show you and give you a lot of ideas and additional tips and tricks, things you should do to maintain your home the very best way you possibly can. So, tell me, What project do you think you are going to attempt to tackle first? Was there anything on my list of 10 maintenance items that you completely knew about and you were prepared to start checking? Or did you learn anything totally new for the first time? Let me know by commenting below and I will be sure to respond to each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back next week to talk to you about something else that has to do with real estate, Monmouth County, or Marlboro Township. Have a great week, everyone. Bye-bye.